What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lambo Plays podcast. This is episode 49. I'm joined here, as always, by my co-host, Timothy Troiano. What is up, Tim? I'm feeling like shit. But, bro, I'm here for the people. I love this. My chat's just incredible, dude. It's been amazing. So I'm here for them, man. I wasn't going to bow out. So what do you feel about this card and anything else you want to talk about before we start?
Well, I hope you feel better. Let's get through this, get you some rest here. I appreciate you grinding out for the culture. But let's get you some rest so we can get these live bets tomorrow. More important.
Yeah, we're going to try to knock this out. I've been drinking ginger turmeric shots. I'm trying to just recover here. I just woke up weird, man, like shivering, no fever, but a little bit of itchy throat. And it is what it is. But let me go over to my chat. Always shout out my chat. Love you guys. Dumpy, I love it here. Thank you, my man, my brother, Lou Betcha. What is up? Let's get some bags, bro. That's probably the only thing that will make me feel better, getting some bags. What is up, Narco and Tim? One more sleep. Yes, sir, Mushroom. Thank you for hanging out with us. Glenn Bot, what is up, brother? Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. Again, MMA Propaholic, $9.99. Don't know. You don't have to, but I do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much, man. Awesome. Thank you again. Very nice gesture from you. Herc MMA, let's fucking go. Eagles, what is up, my brother? Kappa Bets MMA, what is up in this bit? Let's get it. Daz, yet again, another $10 dono. Thank you very much, Daz. Really appreciate it. Great dude. Very sharp guy, man. He's been hitting a lot of bets lately. So go follow him on Twitter, Daz Files. Addicted to combat. What is up, my brother Patrick? How you doing? Kristen, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Thank you. I appreciate that. Lou Dumpy with the $9.99 dono. Donos are coming left and right today. Thank you very much, boys. I really appreciate it. Sean V, what is up, my man? We're still brothers. No hard feelings. Claudia, what is up? Yo. Rob Lawrence, let's kill these books. Daniel Lynn, my brother. Love this guy. Very nice guy. I appreciate him. What is up, Liam, my other boy? Two goats and another goat in chat. Liam picks fights. Go follow him. Great dude. Great content. He's doing it with Just Win Baby Rich, another very, very sharp guy. Go over to his YouTube channel, Liam Picks Fights, and subscribe. Let's do it, Oscar. Yes, sir. Let's do it. And without further ado, I need to start because I am totally drained and feeling like shit. But if you feel like shit and you hit big plus money plays, you'll feel better. I already know that. First fight of the night, we're in the welterweight division. It is the 17-5 Carlston Harris versus the 22-8 Jared Gooden. But Gooden is in a different bus. Gooden in his own weight class. He missed by, I think, 7 pounds. But late notice, so not a big deal. Tim, kick us off here.
I was looking for props on FanDuel and DK, and I didn't see any yet. But, I mean, I'll just give out the lines. Maybe you can give them for Bet Online, or I'll give you my prediction. This is kind of an interesting fight. Obviously, I think the weight, you could take the weight difference and loss or being like, what is he, 7-8 pounds over, you said? That's ridiculous. So, like,
yeah, he was late notice, and one of my boys also go to the community, Dan, Best Fight Picks. He stated that he was going to miss weight, so he knows Jared Gooden pretty well, and he knew that he was coming in heavy. It's such a late notice call.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't tell. The thing is, I'm surprised they didn't tell Carlston Harris, hey, you could catch weight, 180 or something.
Right.
I don't know. Which kind of is weird.
That to me is like the only like red flag on, Carlston's not like a great wrestler to get the fight down, but he's usually kind of like body lock and kind of like trips and shit like that, but he's not like getting single and double leg traditional like wrestling. So I feel like he needs like the line is not going to look good if you bet I like Carlston Harris and I've bet on him before. Like, I don't think the line is good if this fight is standing. Like, I don't care about like short notice or anything like that. I think that the fight is way closer than the line is if it remains on the feet for 15 minutes. So, but I think there is a big advantage on the ground for Harris. So I'm going to take the shot on that. I like the sub. Maybe later. I wouldn't be shocked if it was one, but like I'm banking on like a little bit of gas issues and some, just maybe he fights really hard and then just kind of loses his fight. So sub for Harris, and then sub 2 or sub 3 would be the shots I take.
Yeah, completely fair. If you want to go with sub on Harris, it's fair. I mean, this is a late notice fight. I think weight might matter a little. I mean, Gooden is a big dude. He might come in at, I want to say his last fight, he fought it against, let me check because I don't want to talk out of, yeah, I mean, he fought at 185 a couple of times, not the one against DeMarcus Johnson, but the 2 previous ones. He fought at 185. He's a big guy for 170. And to be honest, I think he cracks pretty hard. He's got good power. He's got good takedown defense. I think he's got like 85% takedown defense. Abu Bakar, I think went 1 for 5 against him. So he's got pretty good takedown defense. And on the other side, to me, and this is just how I look at Carlson Harris, this guy is such a volatile fighter, man. He's literally swinging for the fences, man. I mean, absolutely swinging for the fences. Leaves himself there to be countered and knocked out. And Jared Gooden, like I mentioned, hits hard, and he's coming here as the bigger guy in the ring. I have no idea why Carlson Harris is minus 300. Like, this is a typical guy that you never want to back as a big favorite. You just don't. He's a volatile fighter. He's a kind of like a killer be kill type of fighter, and minus 300 is just not. You'll have something weird in your stomach when you're playing this guy at minus 300. So with that being said, I'm going to go with Gooden by KO. There's only bet online odds, but it's plus 550. As reckless as this guy is, he could get knocked out. The other very important aspect is Gooden's 29, Harris is 35. There's a 6-year gap. So I'm going to go with Gooden plus 550 by KO. Not a very big take, but I don't know if takedowns are going to come easy for Harris, man. I mean, Gooden has pretty good takedown defense, and and again, he's going to be the bigger guy in the ring. I mean, look at this. Lots of sharp dudes. Liam is a great dude. I mean, this chat is on fire today. Dan Hamilton, Gooden never submitted. Yeah, I think he's a brown belt, actually. He's not like a complete slouch. George with the $11 dono. Thank you very much. Yeah, plus 1,100. I wouldn't say bust because I think Gooden is not, I mean, his cardio is not the best, but it's not the worst. And he didn't really have to cut a lot of weight here, I think. So he literally fought less than a month ago. Did you know that, Tim? Fought less than a month ago.
No, I didn't.
In the regionals. Yeah. So, again, thank you very much, George. I could see that KO won plus 1,100. I just went with the safe route. Well, not safe route, but the plus 550 KO. Big Steve in the house. Under 1.5 is money. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I don't know if it's money because Harris is just a fucking killer be kill type of fighter. But I think if he grapples, I don't think it's going to be that, I don't think it's going to be where I can't see an over 1.5. If it's standing, yeah. I think he either knocks Gooden out or he gets knocked out because he is fucking reckless on the
field. I like your take on that too, that he's, I just, the way I look at Carlson is I would so much prefer him betting on him as a dog than betting on him as a favorite.
I'm assuming Big Steve is under 1.5 because he's expecting Harris to be stupid and just unwind, throw those big shots. So, that's it for this fight. Let's move on. Fight number 2. It is in the flyweight division. It is the 21-12-1 Tyson Nam versus the 12-5-2 Bruno Silva. I don't think I've seen this many draws in one fight, but there's 3 of them. And don't say draw, Tim. It's actually me first. Sorry. I will go first here. Nam, he's looking for the kill shot. I mean, let's be honest. This guy he's not going to be able to win a decision, in my opinion, unless he literally knocks down Silva a couple times or something, wins that way. But decision to me, like this guy's in the last 10 years, he's 2-7 in decisions, right? He's not very good. He doesn't throw a lot of volume. He gets hit on the feed. I mean, he has a lot of power. His right hand, and his left hook are powerful. And the one thing you see with Silva is he tends to get into brawls. I don't know why, but he likes it. He likes the violence. He comes in chucking as well. The thing that I like about Silva is he's at fight ready, right? This guy's at fight ready. He's been out for almost 2 years. Someone said he got his heart broken. I don't know how true that is, but he got his heart broken with a girl, and that's why he was out. That's kind of weak if you ask me. But I have a play on Silva by decision. It's not a Lambo play. It's plus 210, but I see Silva winning this fight like more. I mean, very, very often if it hits the scorecards. And Silva's a tough dude, man. Like this guy hasn't been finished since a head kick, right? So and he got choked out, by Delano Lopez. Is that he got choked out by Delano Lopez. But outside of that, this guy is tough. He's durable. He comes forward. I think the smart thing to do is try to grapple. I mean, it shows on paper that Nam has very, very good takedown defense. I kind of think it's a Fugazi because look at who he's fighting. I mean, these guys didn't grapple. I mean, Osborne, Schnell, Rivera, Adeshev. I mean, Kai Kara France. These guys were all Sergio Pettis. These guys were all striking with him. So I don't know how good his takedown defense is, but I do like Silva here by decision. It's plus 210. Again, not a Lambo play, but that's my favorite play of this fight. What do you got here? And I won't blame you guys if you have like KO1 on fucking Nam. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I'm not going to add much to this one. I'll just keep it pretty short. I agree with you. I think it's got to be like a Silva points. I think Nam has been really, really durable. Is it possible, like you said, he's gotten rocked in fights? Yeah, for sure. I just see this fight going. I think both guys are kind of lower volume. And I just think that, Silva points is the best, 210. I don't think it's very, very live. I just think end split at plus 700 isn't terrible. If Nam does win, it's probably like a few moments in. I don't think he wins. I think that if it's like a split decision for Silva, it's because Nam has a few moments in 2 rounds, and one judge goes, "Oh, he won. He did the most damage in these 2 rounds," and the other 2 go, "Fucking no, he was out volumed and took 30 times more strikes." So. Yeah, I think that's the only way, but I don't think that's as live as I think the plus 210 is the way to go on Silva by points. Safest route. I think 2-1 and I think it's really like plus 130, 150 range is what it should be.
I mean, the money line is I'm looking at money line right now and it's minus 190, minus 175. I think they're giving him too much finishing equity, man. I mean, Nam is a tough motherfucker. So yep. I don't know if you can get Nam. And I don't think Silva's like some, one punch power type of guy. I mean, he throws pretty hard, but I don't think he's got very heavy hands. So yeah, let's move on. The other thing I did want to mention about Nam, 39 years old, dude, at 125. That's pretty tough, dude. Like the slope is very near. I'm telling you guys, the slope is like
that's probably why they did that with the inside the distance props with him.
He's very close at the edge. I will say that, but I mean, he looked good against Osborne. I mean, Osborne was a dummy, but he looked pretty good. We will move on. Fight number 3. It is in the flyweight division. It is the 11-5 JJ Aldrich versus the 14-8 Ariane Lipsky. Tim, what do you got here?
I hate myself for this. I just want to let you guys know. All right, so I like Lipsky by points and I like Lipsky by split at 16-1. I'm not saying I'm super confident in this, but I think that the lines are stupid. There's just no way that JJ justifies this line unless she's grappling the entire fight, which she's never shown to do. I know that she's fought different fighters that haven't given her those type of opportunities, and matchup wise, she probably wouldn't be smart to do that. Still, though, it's like I just don't see her doing it. And if she does, credit to her, but there's nothing data-wise that you're taking in saying why wouldn't you think that she's going to do this? And her inside the distance props are fucking hilarious. So she's been a decisionator. I'm not saying that she can't finish Lipsky, but I don't know. Lipsky has some power. If the fight is standing, I think it's way closer than people are giving it credit for. And I think if the fight stays standing, then points at 5-1 and split 16-1 for Lipsky is not bad.
Yeah, we're in 2023. And we have an JJ Aldrich minus 390. 390 tab, which is, by the way, this line absolutely got torched on Bet Online. It was minus 450, and it's all the way down to minus 310. So someone's been hitting Lipsky. I don't blame them. I know I've heard a lot of people like sub here. Like Aldrich doesn't. I don't think she has a single attempted sub in the UFC in God knows how many fights. Like she doesn't have a single one. She took Danielle Taylor down. She sucks. Sabina Mazo, no takedowns. Courtney Casey's pretty good on the ground. Yeah, I mean, I could see she's faced pretty good grapplers, so I could see that. Aldrich submission is plus 1,000 on FanDuel. I was honestly tilting towards Lipsky points. I liked it. It was plus 550, plus 600. And then I changed my mind and went with submission just because I'm looking at the opponent and who Aldrich has faced. She's faced pretty good grapplers, and it's going to be hard to get those girls in subs. However, Ariane Lipsky kind of looks very bad on the ground, I'll be honest. And the other thing is she might not stand up with Lipsky just because when I looked at him at faceoffs, man, Lipsky was the bigger girl. And I think Lipsky fought at 35 last time out, right? Against Cachoeira? Yeah. She fought at 35. And it says, she weighed in on fight night at 142.4. So she even had a little bit more water weight there by fight night. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Aldrich sub plus 1,000, but I could totally see Lipsky winning a decision. Aldrich is just not someone you want to play minus 390. I'm sorry. That's
I also
egregious line.
I also agree with Sean V's takes in the bad shove in Montana. I mean, absolutely. There's no question. Like she's not good and she puts herself in shit positions. The Aldrich takedown on Blanchfield was definitely, like, again, credit to her. And that was, but I think it was also in that fight that might have gotten her a little bit tired by the second round to kind of like, I just don't think it's something that we've seen from her enough beyond that fight where it's like, okay, she's going to really do it. I do agree that like 10-1 on sub, if she shoots a takedown in the first 2 minutes and you're like, okay, this is part of her game plan, is going to be like, this is a stupidly bad number. This number is fucking great, and you're going to be licking your chops in the bet. So I don't disagree. I that's why I said pre-fight. I think Lipsky's not. I just think that the number is stupid, and it's more just a numbers game than anything. I don't think she's good. I don't think that, but I don't think she should be 5-1 to win by a decision and 16-1 by a split.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, I see Aldrich as the favorite here. Don't get me wrong.
Correct.
And Sean is right. But just not at this number, man. Not at this number. You don't want to back Aldrich minus 390, 350, whatever. It's just, I don't know. For me,
she has some quit in her. I mean, like, Aldrich has some quit in her, too. I mean, like, it's
Lipsky hits hard. Lipsky hits pretty hard on the feet, man.
Yeah, I just can't see, like, the take on, like, that Lipsky can't do anything against her on the feet, and or that JJ doesn't have like a little bit of quit in her game. She absolutely does, in my opinion.
I think this line, like George said, a lot of recency bias. She looked good versus Aaron, who's fighting on a fight for the title, and that's baked into this line. 100% that's baked into this line. She took her down twice, but we'll see. It should be interesting fight. 77 of you in here. Thank you very much. You guys are making me feel better. No one else. I appreciate you. Just hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification button if you're subscribed, just so you know when we go live. It's every Friday. Maybe I'll add some stuff. I keep saying that. I'm probably not. But once I move into my new house, I will definitely be adding stuff. I have setting up a nice office, and thanks to MMA this year, it's been pretty mind-blowing. Moving on, fight number 4. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 23-8 Tony Gravely versus the 22-6 Victor Henry. And I mean, Henry round 2, 900. Henry round 3, 1,500 on Unibet. I just like those plays, man. Gravely's the type of guy that you need to click late round props against him when you have a guy that has a good pace, has good cardio, and that's both of the things that Henry had. Henry last fight, Assuncao put a clinic on him, right? Calf kicking, moving, counter punching. None of those things does Tony Gravely do. He's going to throw a big over right hand. He's going to try to get a takedown. He's got power in his right hand. I'm not going to, throw shade on the guy. He's got pretty good power in the right hand. He's got a good blast double. I mean, he's strong. He's a wrestler. I think he gets takedowns early, but Henry's just the type of guy that scrambles a lot. He's going to make him work, and it kind of feels like a Nate Maness thing here, honestly. I kind of feel like this guy's going to tire. I feel like everybody's on this play, the 2-3 prop for Henry, but I like this play. I can't look away. Like, this is one thing I always target. Bad cardio versus good cardio. I will take good cardio in late round props, and it's been working like a dream. So I like round 2, round 3, 900, 1,500. What do you like here, Tim?
Same plays. And if you want to hedge, do Tony by points, because I think that's his path. He's plus 260 or plus 240, something like that. I think that's a really good line for him as well. But yeah, I'm on Henry round 2, round 3 as well. I think that's the play. Don't hate sub 2-3 as well, because Gravely, like, he's just one of those dudes that he like snatches defeat from the jaws of victory, and like puts his neck right there.
He's quite the opposite, right? Snatches defeat from the jaws of victory.
You know, he just does. Like, he has great positions. Like, he's winning fights, and then he just fucking loses and gets subbed. Like, and it's so consistently what he does. So yeah, if either he continually gets the takedowns for 15 minutes and gets him up and down, or he probably, I mean, he could crack him, but Henry's just showed really insane durability. So yeah, I think that it's Tony by points, or Henry could win a decision too. So don't get me wrong, obviously. But I think round 2, round 3 are really good lines for him.
Appreciate the nice gesture there, train and trade. Listen to my boy Liam. If you don't hit the like, you are a square. Thank you, my guy Liam. 90 of you in here. Thank you very, very much. Go to Twitter, retweet it. Let's get more people in here. Let's hit that 100 mark. We had 125 last week, and looking to break it. We're looking to break records here. We hit 5 more Lambos last week, which is incredible. 5 and 5 back to back. It's been a crazy year, Tim. Moving on, fight number 5. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 7-0 Cedric Dumas versus the 9-4 Josh Frem. Tim, kick it off.
Twitter's plant your flag fight of the week. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna like come out and say like I have a super strong take on this fight. Like, I'm super confident on either one of these fighters, but I do know that one fighter is minus 200, and I know that another fighter is like plus 160 at least, and it keeps going up. And I do know that one fighter that is the dog in plus numbers lasted 15 minutes with Fluffy Hernandez, grapple fucking the shit out of him, and lasted in some crazy positions. Now, I also know he got subbed by some absolutely ridiculous move that he made while he was winning on the feet against Tresean Gore. And then Tresean just did one of those, like, I'm not really that great at jiu-jitsu, but I'm just a freak athlete. I'm just going to take your neck and break you submissions. So credit to him on that one. But I thought that that fight was kind of tailing towards Frem's way from that point, and then he just made a bad decision. I think Frem has the cardio advantage. Dumas does not have actually, I'm not going to call him Dumas. Dumbass is his name, because I hear he's it just beats the shit out of his women, shit like that. So it's not good. But so Dumbass is not the guy for me. I can't see him getting anything other than kind of like sub, or I think he might crack him, but I'm leaning that Dumbass is leaning to the sub for him. But I just don't think that Frem is going to be that easy to beat on the ground, basing what I saw on the Fluffy fight more than anything. So if Frem gets this fight into the 2nd or 3rd round, I would like to see Dumbass in those rounds and see how his cardio is and see how he handles the pressure of the moment and his first fight in the UFC. And I'll take Frem round 2, Frem round 3, plus 1,000 and plus 1,800.
There we go. Late round props on Frem. My buddy John Martian, what is up? Thank you for that nice comment. Since another successful day for the boys tomorrow. I hope you are right. That might make me feel better for sure. So I mean, this guy Dumas, he's fought nobody, man. Don't get me wrong. I think he has decent kicks. He's got a good calf kick, good high kick. He's a kickboxer. I don't think his hands are all that. I think his kicking game is way better. His grappling to me is kind of a question mark. I mean, what in that Penez fight, like this Penez guy is a kickboxer, man. He's a Muay Thai guy, whatever the fuck he is, K1. He has no fucking clue how to defend submissions, and he got subbed with a, what was it, standing guillotine, or when he was going to stand up, he got guillotined, right? I didn't learn much about Dumas in that fight. What did I learn? Nothing. I literally learned nothing. It was so quick. And then when you watch his regional tape, yeah, he beat Aaron Haiba, and I mean, come on, Aaron Haiba took him down like immediately, like 20 seconds in, and then he reversed Haiba. But again, a low-level guy. And the other guys, he's just finishing bad guys. I mean, these guys are not good. Now you look on the Frem side, and what happened? He gets subbed by Gore. Terrible look. I agree with anybody that thinks that. It's a terrible look. But Gore took him down. But I will say this. Gore has a low center of gravity. Gore is more explosive than Dumas, in my opinion. So that's how he got those takedowns, right? He's more explosive. He's more athletic, in my opinion. Gore is. And, dude, like that choke, like it was so damn deep that when he tried to roll, he couldn't even roll out of it. Did you see it? Like it was crazy deep. Like I don't think anybody is getting out of that choke, right? So now all of a sudden, Dumas is some like master grappler that's gonna take down Frem, then dominate him on the ground. I don't think so, dude. Like I watched 3 rounds of Fluffy against this guy. This guy's not a complete bum on the ground, dude. Like he had Fluffy almost in a mounted guillotine where he reversed Fluffy. I don't think Dumas wants to get on the ground with him, to be honest. I think Frem should initiate the grappling. I think Frem should take his ass down because I'm concerned with Frem. One thing, he doesn't know how to check calf kicks, dude. He gets absolutely tore apart with calf kicks in every single fight that a fighter decides to kick him. And Dumas does a good job kicking them, and they're powerful. So grapple, Mr. Frem. Get me that submission at plus 1,200 on FanDuel because I think you're the better grappler here, in my opinion. It is a short notice fight, and Train Trade is saying it's against Fluffy. Yeah, I mean, he looked good against Fluffy, dude. I mean, he got one card was 29-28, 2 or 30-27. But, dude, Fluffy is a different animal. Dumas is – who is this guy? Do we even, outside of being a dumbass, do we know who this guy is? No, we don't know. So, and you're laying this minus tag on him? No, thank you. Give me Friend submission. He's been in the UFC. He's been under the bright lights. Plus 1,200 by sub also. I like that as my Lambo play.
Yeah, there's the Probolic was talking about Fremd by decision. He was tempted on that as well at plus 550. Like that's good too, man. Like the question mark is the unknowns on Dumbass are like everything. We don't know we don't know shit about him, but go ahead and pay fucking -2 whatever for him. Like, and his props aren't like that great either. So it's like the other side, it's either the other side or pass. Like you just have to look at it that way. And so the numbers for Fremd are so good. Like every number is really fucking good. So if you think he wins by decision, I think it's really good because what we don't know, does Dumbass like lose and he can't do anything striking and then he just loses a decision, but he's crazy ass durable and we never knew that. It's like, and then we find that out that he takes a fucking licking and my round 2, round 3 don't hit, but he was getting the shit kicked out of him and then it's a clear decision. Like that's fucking possible. Like, I don't know. I have no idea though. So I'm taking the shot on the 10 and 19-1, right? But I think 5-1, like if I'm betting on these, I might take a shot on all 3 of those because I think that they're all really, really good, and as well as yours. I mean, like if you're betting on this fight and you're on Dumbass, like I don't see it. Like I'm sorry, like I don't see it at all. I know he could fucking win, and I'm not going to like back off of my stance on it. I just don't understand like the love and how it just keeps going up for him, and the number just keeps getting wider and wider. I just don't get it.
Pretty big size advantage at faceoffs for Fremd as well, so it's a good thing to see. Moving on, fight number 6. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 27-9 Rafael Assuncao versus the 12-6 Davy Grant. Tim, kick it off.
Man, I didn't know which way I wanted to go on this one. I'm on the Rafa side, and I kind of think like he's probably going to win decision, but it could be split, could be close, could lose some moments to Grant. End split is plus 450. Rafa by split is 9-1. Grant by split is 11-1. I'm gonna go back to the well and one of my favorite plays and ends by split here. And I don't. Again, it's moments and early in the fight, probably you're going to see Davy's going to be winging much bigger shots and probably missing a lot of them. And the ones that he catches, maybe he's going to get one judge. So I kind of think it's a decision for Rafa. I wouldn't be totally shocked if Rafa got him down to the ground and was really proactive on taking him down to the ground. But I'm leaning points. I'm leaning by points, and it's ends by split for him. So wouldn't be shocked if he, like a few fights ago, everybody was talking about like Davy Grant's weaknesses on the ground, and like I just don't think that we've seen a lot of people like do that. So I wouldn't be shocked if Rafa tries to exploit that area in his game. He's a pretty intelligent fighter. But I'll go with end split. I think Rafa wins the split. Rafa wins the decision, or unanimous or split decision here.
Yeah, I mean, I see it kind of playing close. Both guys are old, man. Fucking Assuncao is like 40. Davy Grant is 37, probably 57 in fight years, even though he doesn't have many fights. It's always a war with this guy. I played sub earlier in the week at plus 1,200, I think it was, on Bet Online. Now it's down to 950, sorry, on FanDuel. Kind of think Assuncao might grapple here because Davy Grant puts a lot of freaking pressure on you. He's not going to let him just circle the cage like Henry did. I think he's a lot more dangerous too. So if a guy's a lot more dangerous on the feet and is chucking and stuff, why not take him down? And Assuncao is a black belt, man. I mean, this guy had a bunch of submissions early in his career, a shit ton. Okay. And when you look at Davy Grant, this is the one thing. Like, he hasn't really faced good grapplers, man. Jonathan Martinez, Marlon Vera, Adrian Yanez, Luis Smoka, Martin Day, Gregory Popov. The next guy, Manny Bermudez, who's decent, subbed him. Damian Stasiak subbed him. So I see a pattern here, to be honest. He's fighting guys that just don't grapple at all. And now he's going to fight a guy that possibly might grapple. He grappled in his last fight, had a couple of takedowns, and honestly, Davy Grant is pretty stupid when it comes to like he just does explosions. He does everything with not very high fight IQ, in my opinion. And I think Assuncao is quite the opposite. I think he has high fight IQ, even though his chin is not very good. But I'm going to go with Assuncao sub plus 950 on FanDuel. I think it could happen here, man. If he goes for takedowns, I really believe that he's the much better grappler than Davy Grant is.
It's such a great point that you make there. And I looked at the other side of it too, which is like, it's all context. You have to take this all in context. Like if you're saying that, Rafa, when was the last time when was the last time he subbed somebody? He's like, yeah, I mean, he fought Ricky Simone, Victor Henry, Cody Garbrandt, Corey Sandhagen, Marlon Moraes, Rob Font, Matthew Lopez, Marlon Moraes, Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw, Pedro Munoz, TJ Dillashaw, and then Vaughn Lee subbed. So it's like, how many opportunities out of those guys do you see to sub?
None. Literally, like those guys are all good grapplers. That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. Like,
that's what I always do. I kind of try to dig deeper. Like, does this line make sense? I don't think it makes sense. Honestly,
I totally agree.
Sounds a way better grappler here. Way better.
It's a stupid line. So I'm going to keep mine as what it is, but I'm going to be betting sub. I think that's a very dumb line.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. It's fight number 7. It is in the heavyweight division. It is the 8-2-1 Lucas Brzeski versus the 7-1 Carl Williams. Go ahead, Tim.
I'm going to take a shot on I think my pick would be that I think Carl Williams wins a decision because he's usually kind of a very boring, he's not going to go for very much when he gets in position. He's not got great like ground and pound or anything like that. Doesn't go for, tons of submissions or any submissions, I should say. That being said, so I think that my pick would be, I think that he wins a decision, that Williams wins a decision, but I don't know. It's only plus 200. So if you want to take a shot on that, that would be my prediction, but round 2 is plus 600. Round 3 is plus 1,200. I think it would more be round 3. Totally get it, get some gassed and just takes a shot, but I'm not super confident in this. I lean more points.
Let's go split, Tim. Plus 600 on DK. I think this fight hits the scorecards for one. I think Williams will have some grappling success, takedowns, but Brzeski's he stays pretty much safe on the ground. He's probably going to work back up. He's a pretty big dude. And I think he's off the juice too now, so I don't know how that's going to affect him, but it's split. It's plus 600. Like you kind of mentioned, Carl Williams doesn't really pull away in fights. Like he couldn't even finish fucking Jimmy Lawson, and that guy is absolutely trash. I'm sorry. He's an he's close to an Olympic wrestler. He is a Penn State wrestler. He's great accolades, but hey, he sucks. He's got no cardio. He sucks. He got taken down over and over. And by the way, Carl Williams, if you listen to his interview, he was, prior to getting into MMA, he was going to shoot for the Olympics. He was going to try for the trials and stuff in wrestling. He's a legit wrestler. So I like him here by decision. Let's go by split, though. I think it might be close because on the feet, I don't really like what I see much from both guys. But I think the volume on the feet, the length might be on Brzeski's favor, and he just I feel like he makes fights close. And so give me that split decision plus 600 either way on DK. Moving right along, we will go to
what was Williams? Do you know was Williams by split like 10 or 8 or 9? Probably.
I didn't look.
I'll check it out. No
I can look for you right now. Williams by split is plus 800.
Yeah, that's
moving on.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's not good. No. Moving on, fight number 8. It is in the light heavyweight division. It is the 7-0 Vitor Petrino versus the 8-1 Anton Turkalj, the pleasure man. I got Turkalj late round props, man. Plus 800, plus 1200. Bro, this guy, Petrino, was absolutely getting destroyed by Gadzi. It was Gadzi, right? In his fight in what was that? In UAE Warriors, Gadzi Antagulov. Dude, he was killing Antagulov in the first. Antagulov comes crazy in the second, and this guy's death gassed. Antagulov is just walking forward, just chucking, and then all of a sudden, boom, this guy lands a huge shot, and he has a lot of power, but my God, this guy's gas tank is bad. Even on Dana White's Contender Series, another second-round knockout, but he was slowing down. He actually got dropped, I think, in that fight, or hurt pretty bad by Bellator, who's mainly a grappler. I think Turkalj can get this guy down. He's a pretty big guy for 205. I think he's the better grappler here. And so, yeah, I mean, Turkalj round 2 plus 800, round 3 plus 1200. If you really want to get greasy, Tim, round 2 sub, round 3 sub, and then you get greasy. What do you like here?
I got round 2, round 3. I got Anton sub plus 600. I have sub 2, sub 3 combo at plus 1200. And then I had sub 2 at plus 1900 and sub 3 at plus 2900. Nothing to add to what you said at all. Like I just think that this crazy ass numbers. His subline is his widest line, and it doesn't make any fucking sense to me whatsoever in this fight. I just don't get it.
Petrino, I think, is a purple belt. Like he just got his purple belt not long ago. I just think when you're gassed, it doesn't fucking matter what belt you are. Like we've seen it over and over. And I've seen one thing from Turkalj. I think he has pretty good cardio for 205. And I think he pushes a lot better than Petrino does. All right. So here's the lines. Here's the logic between what they're doing. They have a fight that's juiced as hell to not go the distance. You have one is a grappler, one is a striker, and the grappler's subline is 6-1. It's like, what's going on here? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Yeah, I played Turkalj. I played him late round plops, sub. I like him. I like him here. I think this Petrino is. I mean, he could knock him out in the first. Don't get me wrong. But
yeah, that's the thing. Is that Anton also has shown that he's extraordinarily hittable, but he's like just one of those dudes that like takes a fucking wallop. I mean, like he can take a huge punch and then still manage his way to Homer Simpson through it and then like take you down. So like, yeah, I'm not saying that he doesn't get knocked out in the first round. If you're on Petrino, I think that's the way to go. But like, I just don't think that sub at plus 600 and sub 2, sub 3 line and the round 2, round 3, the numbers are just like, the numbers are saying that one guy doesn't have cardio versus the other, which is not the case, and that one guy is not a clear grappler, which is the fucking case. Like, I don't understand the lines. So I think they're good, really good lines in this fight.
Well, thank you to them for putting these lines up. I appreciate them. Moving on, fight number 9. It is in the bantamweight division. It is 11-2 Mario Batista versus the 10-6 Guido Canetti. What do you got here, Tim?
Yeah, I think Mario's gonna sub him in round 1 or round 2. Guido Canetti round 1 KO is 32-1, which is his win condition, in my opinion. Mario can be slept. He has been slept. I think Trevin Jones got him out. But I don't think that's what happens here. I think that Mario's been really smart in his last few fights to not stand with people for very long, and to use his striking to get people down and set him up to get him down to the ground. I wouldn't be shocked if Guido lasted, though. So, like, at least a round. I think he's dangerous enough, and I think he does have enough durability. But once he goes over that cliff, it goes pretty quick. So I wouldn't be shocked at like a end of the first round, or midway through the first round he gets subbed, or sub 2 is plus 800. So I'll take a shot on sub 2, 800, but sub 1 is plus 180. It's not bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Canetti round 1 KO, man. Plus 3,200, insane line. Listen, Batista's been slept, and pretty bad. He got slept pretty bad in the Trevin Jones fight. And then the other thing is, I say this over and over. This guy's 43 years old, but he comes in very good shape. He dropped he hurt Marlon Vera pretty bad in that first round, man. When you go back and watch that fight, the guy is just throwing big leather in the first. And I understand the grappling aspect, but if Batista doesn't decide to grapple and he wants to strike a little bit, I think he's live for a KO1, man. 3,200. This guy has a pretty good power for a 43-year-old bantamweight. So I'm going to take a little shot, 3,200. How wrong can you go? And we know Batista has been knocked out. So, yeah, give me the Canetti KO1 plus 3,200. Batista probably rolls anyways, but it's the number that I'm playing, and that's about it. Fight number 10. It is in the bantamweight division. It is 17-2 Said Nurmagomedov versus the 17-4 Jonathan Martinez. I will start this one off. I like the split in this one, plus 500. I think this fight is very close. I think it's going to be a kicking match on the feet for the most part. Nurmagomedov just doesn't go for a lot of takedowns. I think he's never had more than one. I think you're paying juice for the OV, the last name. And I don't think this line is right. So with that being said, I don't think Martinez is running away with this fight. I think it's going to be close because the flashier kicks, the more variety of kicks comes from Nurmagomedov, but the powerful kicks come from Martinez. So I don't know how the judge is going to be looking at it. I'm going to go with split decision plus 500 for both of them. What do you got here, Tim?
I got the same. I got N split. I got J Mart by points, and J Mart split 14-1. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that. I mean, Said could grapple, but it's similar to the JJ Aldrich fight. It's like, how often does this shit happen? Like, does he do it once a fight? Yeah, probably around there. So if he comes out like with the singlet on and he's trying to get Martinez down to the ground all the time, then yeah, he's going to look really, really good, and the line probably is justified. But I think if this fight is standing, I think you have opposite stances on guys. I think Said's never been a guy that's like his striking process is like, oh yeah, he's going to jab you up and kick you up. It's like spinning shit. It's a bunch of flashy stuff. So I think that there's a chance that the minute winning could be on the Martinez side and the moment winning could be on the Said side. So that's a classic like split type of archetype mindset. And I just think that that's very, very live here. I think either one could win the split. I think that the fight goes at a pretty high clip unless Said has the singlet on and he's getting him down to the ground. So yeah, I don't think that there's a ton of finishing equity on either side, probably more on the Saeed side, catching one of this, like something spinning wise or, flashy shit that he actually catches him with, or if he takes him down consistently, he could get the sub. But I don't think that that's a very high likely outcome. I think 80% of the time, 85, this fight's going. And split is really good in this one, 5-1.
Yep. Let's move on. Fight number 11. It is in the catchweight division of 215. It is the 29-9 Nikita Krylov versus the 21-7 Ryan Spann. Kick this one off, Tim.
Yeah, we did this fight a few weeks ago, right, or a couple weeks ago, and I just think that Krylov. I think that the fight is completely different now than it is then. Obviously, there's weight. Their weight is now as a catch weight. I think all these different things have. If you were on the Krylov side before, you should be a little bit more hesitant on betting him, because I think that the fight going 3 rounds instead of 5, that only helps Spann, knowing that he might be able to last in the 3rd round if he goes and throws everything at him in the 1st and 2nd. I think the fight goes the distance. I don't think that it's going to happen, but I think that it's more way more live than if you get the 4th and 5th round. I'm on Krylov KO 2-3 at plus 1,000. I think that's a good look. I think he's more likely to get the KO than the sub. The sub is definitely there if he decides to go for grappling. But I think then that leaves him a chance to get subbed by Spann, which is, I think, his most likely win and his winning path. And I think that it would be stupid for Krylov to do that, but he's been known to do that shit, so I wouldn't be super shocked. I actually think he outlasts him in the 1st round, maybe grapples and stays safe, or both have some good moments in the 1st round. And then I think 2nd, 3rd round, I think that Krylov starts to take over, and we see the Spann side start to quit a little bit. So KO 2-3 plus 1,000 on FanDuel. It's not bad.
I mean, I'm going to give this to chat because it's a bet I made. It's probably one of my biggest bets this week. Fight doesn't start round 3. Minus 200 on FanDuel, right? Fight doesn't go to decision. Minus 650. How is that line possible? Now you go look at DraftKings. Minus 330. It's literally 100. That's the real line for fight doesn't start round 3. And it's way off. Like I listen, these guys, both of them have been finished. And so Krylov 8 out of 9. I think Spann 5 out of 7, right? And they do a lot of finishing, both of them. I know what I heard what you said and expect Krylov to come out but Krylov is a madman, dude. I don't know if he wants a game plan. He's gonna chuck bombs, try to get him down. And there's just going to be big engagements in this fight. And minus 200, I mean, you can literally play minus 200 there and go play fight starts round 3 at plus 225 on DK and make money, free roll. I mean, it's stupid line on FanDuel. It's way off. They have minus 650. Fight doesn't go. How is it minus 450 to finish in the 3rd? How is that even possible? The difference. So I don't know. But what I do like is Krylov round 2 KO. That's how I'm going to go. I think it can happen any round. I think this guy can sub him in the 1st round, Spann as well. But I'm going to go with Krylov KO 2. I think there's some quit in Spann, and it's plus 1,500 on FanDuel. I think if things don't go his way, he's going to wither, and I think Krylov will finish him in the 2nd by KO. You could also sub him, but I'm going to go with the KO prop there. Moving on, fight number 12. It is a co-main event. It is in the heavyweight division. 35-10. Alexander Volkov versus 16-1 Alexander Romanov, who came in at a svelte, and I mean svelte, from 239.5 to 264.5. So that's a svelte 25-pound gain from last fight. I'm gonna assume that maybe the weight cut bothered him, but this guy gasses, man. This guy fucking gasses. I don't care what happens. You have to play Volkov round 2, round 3. It's plus 1050, plus 1,800. I mean, this guy has all the makings of a big gasser. He gassed against Espino. He gassed bad against Tybura. I do think Volkov has good takedown defense. I know there's a bad look against Aspinall, but Aspinall to me is more athletic. He's more nimble than this big giant of a man in Romanov. So he survived Curtis Blades with a ton of takedowns, made Curtis Blades work, kept getting back up. The other thing you got to look at is he has third round stoppages on his record. You know, the guy has pretty good cardio for a heavyweight. So give me Volkov, round 2 plus 1050 and round 3 plus 1800. What do you got here, Tim?
I'm going to take the other side here. I actually think that Romanov's going to have some success getting him down actually in the small ring. I think it'll be easier to corner him. He doesn't really give a shit about just running in wildly. I like your takes too. I think that Volkov can, like, that's his. I think that's the way that he wins, is that he outlasts him and he finishes him after he gasses. I think that Volkov's just like, he's like a turtle when he gets on his back a lot of times. Like, I just don't think that he's like really, really going to show, like, I think the blades, like the difference in blades when I was watching that fight versus Romanov is they just jiu-jitsu. Like, your blades is not ever going to do anything other than try to hold you down or fucking like mash you. So I think that Romanov he definitely goes for obviously different, like he's going to do the same thing, but he's going to go for subs, and he's going to go after he goes for Donkey Kong punches on you and he just tries to kill you and smash your head into the canvas. He's basically trying to sub you, and he wants to do that. So I think that, you know, the way that not only did the takedowns, how easy did the takedowns come from Aspinall? I think those are the exact type of takedowns, not saying like being that quick, but like power doubles and like just absolutely going low on the takedown versus trying to go high on the takedown versus him. I think that's just the way to go. And I think that sub is plus 260, sub 1 is plus 550, sub 2 is plus 950. I'm not out of I don't think that the sub is like only like he's round 1 or bust in this fight. I think he's round 1 or round 2 or bust in this fight. I'd be surprised if Romanov was able to, or if Volkov was able to stay safe like in round 1 and round 2, and then he was the guy that gassed and got finished by round 3. I would be more shocked at that. I think that I would not be shocked though if Romanov did sub him in round 2, that he was like, he had success in the first round, he gets him down in the second round, he starts beating the shit out of him again, and then he gets his neck or he chokes him. I would not be shocked at all if it happens the second round. So people that are betting a ton on the Romanov round 1, I think you guys might get bit.
Another $5 dono from George. Thank you, Narrative Nation. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And with that being said, we will move on to the main event of the night. Before we go on main event, please hit the like. Please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. 87 still in here. Thank you, guys. I'm like gonna die in a second. I'm so tired and wilting here. I'm gonna wilt the way Romanov is going to wilt in round 2 and 3. But going over to the main event, it is in the bantamweight division. And I can't wait for this fight. It's the 16-4 Peter Yan versus the 15-4 Merab Dvalishvili. Go ahead, Tim. Kick us off.
Man, I missed the line at minus 160 on Yan. I would have liked that a lot. I think that's just that's a great way to go. What's up, Wheezy? Yeah, I like Yan a lot here. I think I like Yan late round props a lot here, and I would not be running to the KO versus like the inside the distance prop on him. I would be, if you're going to bet the KO, I would take the inside the distance. I do think that the KO is like way more the way to go, and I think it's more likely, obviously. But I keep seeing the potential gas sub late too, that he catches him in a bad position. So I would not be shocked if Yan catches him with either strikes late 3, 4, or 5, or if he catches him in a sub and he actually gets him in a bad position trying to shoot a bad takedown at the wrong time. So round 3 is 14-1, round 5 is 18-1, round 4 is 18-1, round 5 is 25-1.
Tim just threw like 3 elbows. I'm gassed. I'm on the ground. I'm trying to make it to decision. I'm fighting here. I have the same play, man. Like Yan 3, 4, 5, 14, 2,000, 2,500. There's FanDuel, Unibet, and then FanDuel. I know people keep saying, "Oh, Merab gonna take him down. He's gonna cage push." Bro, if you guys watch Peter Yan, he's a technician when it comes to people trying to cage push him, man. He does nobody holds him on a cage. Literally nobody. I've never seen one guy to sit there and stall him, holding him on the cage on the feet. He just doesn't let it happen. He does all the damn things well. I mean, the guy's takedown defense is very good. His cardio, in my opinion, he has a cardio edge here. I know Merab is a machine, but he's a machine for 3 rounds. And the thing I want to watch here is Merab going to pace himself here? Because he only knows how to fight one way. One freaking way. That's all he's fought in every fight. It's go, 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 takedown, 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 cage push, takedown. Jan is going to make him work like crazy. And I don't even know how many takedowns he is going to get. Listen, Aldo has elite takedown defense. I agree. But I don't think he got Aldo down, not even once. Let me see. Yeah, he didn't get a single takedown against Aldo, 0 for 16. And I'm telling you guys, Peter Yan has tremendous takedown defense, dude. Aljamain Sterling, who's an absolute house at 35, right? He went 1 for 17 and 2 for 22. Do the math. 3 for 39, and he's an absolute house. And the only reason he won that fight, and to me, round 1 was super close, by the way. The only reason he won that fight is the backpacking, something that Merab doesn't have. He doesn't have the long limbs. He doesn't have the jiu-jitsu. And I spoke to someone that grapples with them in the gym, in DMs, and he told me Merab is super sloppy when it comes to jiu-jitsu. He's super sloppy. That's what he says. He says, I backpack him a lot. He makes a lot of mistakes. He has great cardio, he said, but he makes a lot of mistakes. And I think Peter Yan might shoot takedowns himself here. I will not be shocked if Peter Yan goes for a takedown here later in the fight, probably later, just to throw him off, just to kind of fuck with his head, right? I know there's a lot of people on Merab, and I get it because that's the type of fighter you want to back at this number, plus 200s. Like, he's the fighter you want to back. He's safe for the most part. He's going to grapple his ass off, and he's just going to try to drain the minutes away on the clock and win a decision for the most part. I just don't think this is a good matchup for him. This is a terrible matchup for him. Now, it's my biggest bet of the year, by the way. Maybe I put myself out there all the time. It's my biggest bet of the year. And I really believe Jan is absolutely going to piece this guy up. And the other thing is, you know, and this is a narrative thing. Do the UFC want a boring ass champion? Let's say Merab goes and wins. Do they want a guy that fucking wrestles? This is not ACA. He's wrestle, holds him down, doesn't do anything. He's a boring fighter, dude. UFC, narrative-wise, do not want this fucking guy to win the title. Absolutely not. He's boring. So I like round 3, 4, 5. I like Jan in a big way. Even submission is not out of the woods here. Because, like I said, I talked to that guy, and he seems to think that Merab is bad on the ground. Jiu-jitsu.
3, 4, yeah, one of the 3, 4, 5 sub, okay, they have to be astronomical numbers.
I don't know, but they're big for sure.
Yeah, I think like, you know who did get a takedown on
Simone?
No, like he
Stammen.
Like, Ricky basically subbed him. Like I know. Like that was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is, he couldn't out wrestle Ricky Simone. Like there's so many signs from this dude that's like, okay, I don't like fucking what about Aljo? Like, or not Aljo? You said what was he against Merab in his last fight? You said he was 0 for 16 against
against Peter Yan. And I mean, I'm sorry, against Aldo. You know the difference, and in my opinion,
go ahead.
The difference is Peter Yan will not get held on a cage. He knows how to circle out of the cage. Meanwhile, Aldo gasses for one, and he just sat there being held on a cage. It's not happening with Peter Yan. You know, if it happens, I'm dead wrong, and I'm happy to say I'm dead wrong. But from my tape study and what I've seen from Peter Yan, it's very, very hard to hold this guy in the cage. Very hard. So hard to take down, hard to hold on a cage. I think has the better cardio here.
Yan went 1 for 2 on takedowns on Aldo when Aldo was not nearly as old and not nearly as slow and not like
100%.
Like he fucking like yeah.
Peter Yan can wrestle, man. He took Sterling down 7 times.
Yeah, I'm not on the this is going to be easy to get him down and hold him down. Merab also, I mean, I'm going to keep piling on. Like, Merab also has, like, he gets 15, 16 takedowns a fight because he can't hold anybody down. Like, the worst person to have to, like, get back up with and then take damage from in this situation is Peter Yan. Like, he's going to make him pay every time he doesn't keep him down. So yeah, I'm with you.
I had a ticket on O'Malley. I think he got robbed. Honestly, the truth is Peter Yan got robbed. He won that fight. I had a ticket on O'Malley, so thank you. I mean, I
yeah, not paying back the split decision O'Malley ticket either.
98 of you in here. We almost hit the 100 mark at the end of the show. We will be giving out our Lambo parlay. We missed it by one last week. Sucked. But I will give it this week. So Silva by decision, Williams by decision, and Yan 345 KO will pay you 68 to 1. Now, let's get greasy, right, Tim? Because we always like getting greasy. Volkov ITD plus 250, add that, and it's 243 to 1. So we're shooting for the moon. We don't want to be amongst the stars.
What is do the Silva by points?
Silva by points, Williams by points, and Yan 345 KO. It is 68 to 1.
Yan KO.
Man, 60. Dude, I can't thank this guy enough, man. Thank you, dude. You don't have to, man. I appreciate it, Daz. I'm literally drained right now. I'm barely going through this show. Got a freaking, my headache is killing me now. But yeah, Tim, go ahead and give your Lambo play. Lambo parlay.
Yeah, no worries. George, my Lambo is the same. Or sorry, my Lambo for the main was the same as Narco, 345 on Yan. Batista sub, Krylov KO, Romanov sub is 25 to 1. Add Yan KO and it's 93 to 1.
Romanov sub what?
Romanov sub.
Oh, just
Krylov KO.
Yeah, Batista sub.
Batista sub is 25 to 1. And then if you add Yan KO, it's 93 to 1.
Yan KO 93 to 1?
Yep.
Beautiful. 93 to 1. Tajik with the dono. Thank you very much, sir. This is either going to be a great night for the entire community. Because I know that. I'm afraid of that. I'll be honest. Completely honest about that. I'm very afraid that I see a lot of fucking Yan love. And I'm a little scared. But Tajik, last week it was a lot of MAB love, and he came through for us. But thank you very much, Tajik. I appreciate you. $9.99 dono. Thank you very, very much. I think he fucking crushed it last week. He won like 40K or something, and just one after another, he was hitting some long shots. Or was it 2 weeks ago? I don't know. It was the Grasso sub, right?
Yeah. Last week.
But yeah, thank you very, very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Go down there, hit the like, subscribe to the channel. We're getting bigger and bigger. We hit the 100 mark again. Very, very nice to see in the UFC Vegas 71 card, like a regional, not a big pay-per-view card. So thank you very, very much, guys. Again, I got to get out of here. I'm fucking destroyed. Thank you for all the donos, and thank you for everybody in chat. You guys mean a lot to me. That's why I keep the show going, me and Tim. And I have a great co-host because that really, really matters. Tim, tell them where they can find you, what you have brewing. Do you have anything with Sean tomorrow?
Yeah, we got the spaces tomorrow. We're going to do the full card breakdown and then do the live with you after that. Hopefully you're feeling good enough. If you're not willing, then
I'm going to create it. I'm going to do it. Maybe if I can't talk a lot, I'll have you like being a co-host and talking and doing all the talking. We'll see how I feel. I've been, like I said, I've been nailing down ginger and turmeric shots. So maybe that helps me. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Rest up. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mushroom. Everybody, thank you very, very much. Thank you for joining us on a Friday night. Like there's nothing better to do than watch this Lambo Plays podcast show. But thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Live Spaces. I will have it going. Tim will be my co-host. He might run it for me, to be honest. If I'm feeling like this, I can't run it. So thank you guys. Again, have a great night, and let's cash those tickets.